Welcome to the official catch-up. It's myself, Chris, and today I'm joined by Chris Dodds. How are you doing, mate?
Aye, not bad, Chris. Thanks for having me on. Kind of climbing the walls a little bit. I think this is day 13 or 14 of self-isolation. So, yeah, I appreciate you having me on just to sort of pass the time and that.
No, it's an absolute pleasure to speak to you again, Dodds. To be honest, I said it. I actually love you, mate. I've missed chatting to you, to be honest. But how are you keeping anyway? How are you getting through this in terms of all the ones that we're doing? I think you're the first sort of guy footballer that we've spoke to. How are you keeping yourself fit? How are you keeping yourself going, basically?
Well, I've been doing okay. Like I'm still working away with my work from home. In regards to keeping fit, I've just been going for. Well, I've had the app Strava, so I've been doing road runs, some 4 minute runs, which seem to be getting harder, which is probably because I'm getting more unfit. But be doing things like that. Spoke to a lad called Logan, who's assistant manager at Jeanfield, and he dropped off kind of like almost like a football care package. Dropped off a couple of footballs, some hurdles. So there's a park just along the road for me. So I've been doing sort of some circuits there every second day or so. So I've just been doing that to keep me sane more than anything.
We spoke over Christmas just through Messenger on Twitter and that, and we got your wee sort of preview out. And then the last time I sort of seen you was coming back from Gala on the bus, and obviously you've moved on from Kelty now to Jeanfield. I wasn't too surprised to be honest with you, Doddsy, because you were playing great. I've said to you personally that I thought you were great, but the situation there is you weren't playing. Obviously, the gaffer he's sometimes likes to stick with the same team, and I felt a wee bit sorry for you. But I'm glad you've moved on to Jeanfield. You've not really had a long time at Jeanfield since being back, but how are you finding it being back?
Yeah, good. I've played 2 games. I've actually been back for a good couple of months, I think, but I've only played the 2 games, mixture between of COVID-19 and the weather as well. There's quite a few games off due to the weather before all this happened, but yeah, glad to be back. Obviously, the amount of talent in the squad at Kelty, it's always going to be hard if you find yourself out of the team to try and get back in. In particular, if the boys are winning every week. So I came to a point where I'm 29 now, and obviously I was needing to play, and I've got affiliations with Jeanfield going back years. Spoke to the manager there, Ross Gunyon, and he was more than happy to get a deal done, and it was all done very, very quickly, more quickly than what I thought it would. But yeah, glad to be back. I've played 2 games. Jeanfield scored 1 goal, and hopefully we can get back soon, and I can get back and enjoying my football on a Saturday for sure.
Players obviously dodgy, but I'm feeling it myself, pal. And just on that note, obviously, what do you think should happen? Have you got any opinions on what should happen? Should teams get the title? Should there be null and void? Any opinions, Dodgy?
Well, depends on how long this is going to go on for, but if it's within a matter of weeks, maybe minimum sort of 2 months or so, I think we should try and finish the season, personally. I think even if that means Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday games, I'm sure a lot of clubs will agree to that. I think the only fair way of doing it is null and void the season, which I didn't want to see. Obviously, Kelty will be gutted about that, I'm sure, and other clubs at other levels, Either you null and void the season or you play it out. And I think you've got to play it out, even if you delay next season. I don't know how it'll work, but I'm just glad it's not me that has to make the decision. But like I says, even if boys have to play no training until the end of the season, even if it's 4 games a week, I think we've got to get the season finished, in my opinion.
Yeah. The only would it have, obviously knock-on effect in terms of contracts and stuff? Do you think the majority of players would stay on, and there's obviously some guys that will be pre-contracted to other clubs coming up into like June, July?
I think so. I think you would just have to. It's a really difficult decision, but I think you would just have to delay everything. Absolutely delay everything until it's done. Few weeks, even if that means less of a break. to restart. But I'm sure players would honour their contract. But again, I can't speak for everybody.
Yeah.
Sure.
So you mentioned that you managed a couple of games at Jeanfield and stuff. How are you finding the east of Scotland? Obviously it's hard to judge with just the 2 games. I take it the standards improved. Is are Jeanfield in a wee bit of a better position, or what your feelings?
I think Jeanfield are sort of mid-table with games in hand. I think going by looking, always keep tabs on Jeanfield even when I was at Kelty, but I think they've had a bit of a inconsistent season. I think most people would agree with that. But no, I mean, the standard, the league below, you just have to look at teams what they've done in the Scottish this year. Likes of Broxburn and what have you. And Lithgow have always been a big club. There's, Bo'ness are flying as well. So, I mean, these teams are, in my opinion, could easily go up to the Lowland League and compete. Certainly be mid-table minimum. But yeah, it's a good standard. It's not a massive drop at all, to be honest.
Absolutely, Doddsy. And just on the Kelty, would you? I think you kind of touched on it a wee bit, but would you be disappointed if they didn't get the title and go up, or have the chance to go up to the League Two, if you will?
Oh, for sure, because I've been a part of it, Chris. So I know that's one of the main reasons why I want the season to be finished. I know how hard the boys have worked there. More importantly, folk behind the scene at Kelty, everything that happens at that club, they deserve, in my opinion, to at least finish the season, and I'd love to see them go up, and get into the playoffs for sure. Well, you've seen, I think, am I right in saying the team in the Highland League have been given the title?
Yeah,
right?
Bora Rangers. Yeah, they were given the title. Rangers. I think they were 14 points clear. They were well clear. It's obviously a bit of a different situation with promotion and relegation. The Lowland League, it's a wee bit closer. But yeah, Bora Rangers were given the title in the Highland League.
So I mean, I can't see that happening in the Lowland League then. But like I said, if we can just get the season finished, but from my point of view, it'd be great to see Kelty at least get to the playoffs. And sort of fight it out from there.
And I think I might have seen you actually, Doddsy, but I was busy. But you were at the Bonnyrigg Rose game, am I right?
I was there.
That? Yeah.
Our game was called off. That was the day of my birthday, actually. My birthday was on the Friday. My game was called off. So I thought I'd come down. I came down with a couple of my mates. My family were down there in the usual seat as well. So everyone, mum and dad, were buzzing to go back down to the club. But yeah, I went down, enjoyed the game. I thought it was a really good game to watch and a good advert for the league for sure. And I think, to be honest with you, definitely a game of 2 halves. I'm really impressed with Kelty in the first half for sure. I thought they would go on and kick on in the second, but it didn't work out that way. Bonnyrigg came out, and but obviously it was good that Kelty got the win for sure.
We've seen that a few times though. It's, from what I've seen, it's Kelty have either been they're like really good the first half, and it's maybe the standards have maybe not dropped, but they've kind of sat back, and then it's either that or the first half's went really great, and then they've probably had the hairdryer treatment from Barry, and the second half kicks on. It's but I think I think guys were maybe getting a wee bit wary. We're coming to the end of the season, so it's maybe a case of that. And obviously, guys like yourself, there wasn't a lot of rotation, in my opinion. So, yeah, but
no, I mean the gaffer that way, he's kind of set in his ways that way about rotation. And the thing is, if boys, like I said, if the club and the team are winning, it is very hard to disagree with that. And just going back to the point is, obviously coming out and maybe not performing in the same way and things dropping off. I've actually been there myself. You can't actually put your finger on to why that is. I know for a fact the boys will be. What was the score at half time? Was it 1-1
for the Bonnyrigg game?
Yeah.
I can't remind him.
I can't remember. I'm sure Kelty were maybe winning at half time.
Kelty were winning. Aye.
So I'm sure that I know for a fact, because I've been there. I know the gaffer would have been, telling the boys and demanding from the boys to keep, to keep the standards high and not to drop off. But and obviously, to be honest with you, Kelty did drop off in the second half. But you can't. Sometimes you just can't you just can't put your finger on that. It happens. Eh? The main thing is it was Kelty got the 3 points, I suppose.
Well, we're obviously not sure what's going to be happening with the Lowland League, or if the leagues are going to be reconstructed or whatever. But obviously, we know that West of Scotland's coming. Are you looking forward to that? Are you looking forward to?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of first of all, a lot of well-run clubs down there. A lot of good players down there as well. Sort of catchment areas, obviously, over that way, it's always been good. So, yeah, it can only improve things, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't know how much there's going to be in terms of cups, if there's going to be a East of Scotland, West of Scotland Cup or anything like that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the West teams getting involved. And do you think it's going to be a bit more of a struggle for the East of Scotland teams?
It's hard to tell, Chris, if I'm being honest. See, with changes like this, you've just kind of got to wait and see how things sort of pan out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Is it going to be like a sort of joint league then, or is it 2 separate leagues? East and West,
it's 2 separate leagues. So it'll be West of Scotland. Well, it's 3 technically. West of Scotland, South of Scotland, East of Scotland, and then obviously you'll probably have your playoff to get into the Lowland League. I'm assuming there's a lot of stuff up in the air, because I reckon there was obviously a lot of interest from West teams. So I'm assuming they'll probably have their own wee conferences as well, similar to East of Scotland.
Oh, right enough, yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not concerned. I mean, to be honest, you could argue certainly teams in that East of Scotland league. There's maybe certainly a lot of them. Like I said, could easily compete, in my opinion, a league higher in the Lowland League. If you look at teams like sort of Vale Leven and Dalbeattie, and I'm sure even clubs like Jeanfield could go up and compete, and that includes in the West as well.
Yeah.
To be honest, I know some boys who played down that way in the West, and the standard is good. But I would say the standard's equally as good in the East.
Oh, definitely. I think, well, from my own point of view, I'm sure during the junior cups and things like that, the West did have a bit of an advantage and stuff. But I think it's different standards of football. I think we saw it a wee bit with Auchinleck Talbot. They were kind of different styles or whatever, and they're more of I think BSC might be to do with the Swifty or whatever, but they kind of play that sort of West style, the physical, sort of, I don't know, not to be derogatory about it, but it's not sort of like ball on the ground sort of stuff. It's kind of physical, intimidating sort of style of football that these sort of teams play.
Now, these teams know how to manage the game as well. You often find they've played together for a long time also. I mean, if you go back to the junior days, when Linlithgow were up there, and Lochee United and Dundee, and and Kelty to a point as well, and Bonnyrigg later on, all these teams down that way, down the Glasgow way, were massive cup ties, when they happened in the Scottish and what have you. So, yeah, I mean, obviously if the West join that sort of pyramid, I'm sure they do well.
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms of your local team, the team you support, St Johnstone, there's been a lot of sort of reaching out to the communities. Have you seen anything from St Johnstone? Are they doing anything supportive in terms of the community and stuff like that?
I've seen bits and bobs on Twitter, Chris, but nothing. I've seen a lot of videos going around on Twitter and what have you, but I've not seen anything. To be fair, I've not been on the website of that. I've kind of been occupied with other things, but I'm sure they're doing their bit. I know that I've seen some challenges and some Twitter questions and what have you in regards to helping the community. I'm sure there'll be something happening.
And Jeanfield, how are they getting on? Do you know if they're obviously even teams, as I mentioned, like higher up are struggling a wee bit now? Is there anything people can do to help Jeanfield at the moment?
Not really. There has been rumours and talk about sacrificing wages and what have you, and that's certainly something I don't think any of the boys will have a problem with if it means keeping the club afloat. But to be honest with you, I think Jeanfield are fairly sound when it comes to the future of the club anyway. I think they're very shrewd in regards to a business sense. I don't see that being a problem, if I'm being honest, certainly from Jeanfield's point of view.
there has been two teams in the Lowland League that have declared that they're going to be honouring contracts and stuff like that. Obviously, Berwick Rangers and Stirlingshire. So it's good to see that sort of thing. Obviously,
that helps. Yeah. That helps, because a lot of players that play sort of, part time. Some players will rely on their part-time wage more than others, to be honest, depending on what they do from day to day. But to hear that from the club, I'm sure is, reassuring at a time of uncertainty.
Brilliant, mate. It's obviously a pleasure always to speak to you, and hopefully it won't be the last time. And I'm sure I'm due you a pint. If you see Jack Smith before I do, then he's due you a pint.
Good stuff. I'm sure I'll be down at some point.
Brilliant, mate. And hopefully I can get up to Jeanfield. I don't think I've ever been to the Riverside that I remember. Maybe a few years ago, Doddsy. But yeah, if I'm up, I'll fire you a message and we'll catch up in that. All right, mate.
Just let me know, mate. You'll be more than welcome down.
Brilliant. And all the best. Keep safe, and all the best with everything. And I'll speak to you soon, Doddsy.
All right, Chris. Nice to speak to you, mate.